Hey y'all, welcome to Keys to the Streets. I got my main man Tim on. Hey Tim.
Good morning, saints and ain'ts.
Okay, and today is a very special episode because we're kicking off KAZI's 40th anniversary. Like,
Ooh,
dang,
yeah, woo woo! Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause.
right? Shout out to the late Dr. Warfield, who was a professor at UT and also named the African American Studies Department is named after him now, the Warfield Center, who, was one of the founding creators of KZI. But 40 years as an independent radio station with a black voice, that's unheard of.
That's awesome.
So had I had drum roll sounds and, all this congratulatory noises, yeah, sound those off. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But yes, it's a very special time just to, celebrate the culture and celebrate all that KZI has done. So, of course, we had to start that off that way, but we're giving you the same old Keys to the Streets where we touch on everything local, global that highlights or impacts Black culture. So, where we starting, Tim? Where do you want to start?
Well, let's recap the weekend. How was the weekend for you?
My weekend was eventful and not eventful.
Okay.
Had a little COVID scare, so
Oh
I
no.
couldn't get out and celebrate the summer jam with everyone else. But of course,
Oh man.
KZI and KUTX had their summer jam this past weekend. So yeah, shout out to them. It was a great turnout. I saw virtually and from stalking people's IG stories. But yes, from a safe distance, I definitely celebrated that and celebrated all of the local talent and Austin-based talent that was here. So many other things happened this weekend. What you get into this weekend, Tim?
I actually, I just kind of hung out in the domain, kicked it with a couple of the friends, watched some college football. Of course, it was week 0. So yeah, enjoyed the time. Enjoyed the not 100-degree weather. I mean, it was still
Right.
pretty hot, but it wasn't 100 degrees, so that was a good thing.
Right. And speaking of this weekend, there was the LBJ and Manor High School football game. Did you hear about that?
Oh, I heard about it.
Okay. Well, as you know, a Jaguar for life. I'm definitely a LBJ Jag representing. We did lose, but I heard it was a great game. And I mean, really, shout out to Manor and their coaching staff and the team. It's crazy because Austin has changed so much. And with, historically Black people being displaced from East Austin, a lot of people went to Manor. So
Right.
it honestly was a family affair with LBJ and Manor coming together. It's
Yeah,
becoming
that's
a
correct.
great rivalry that we hadn't really suspected or hadn't been for a while, but it's honestly the new LBJ and Reagan game.
Yeah, I would say that, especially within the last, I would say 5 to 10 years, the balance of power, especially within Austin, uh, Central Austin, has gone on between LBJ, excuse me, and Manor. They have definitely had some. They were at one point definitely laughing stocks, but that has all changed now.
Oh, you had to slide that in, didn't you?
Oh
We
yeah,
did
for
not,
sure.
you must have been talking about Maynard because LBJ. We're not even.
LBJ
You know what?
and
I can't even talk about it. But like I
yeah,
said,
let's move on. Let's do that.
um, but before we do move on, I heard it did get a little dicey and spicy out there.
Oh, for sure.
Uh,
It was dicey and spicy for sure.
Yeah, where there were a couple of kerfluffles, if you will. People, you know, who resulted in fisticuffs.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I did hear that an elderly woman was kind of caught in the confrontation, and
Yes.
maybe that's just a real unfortunate situation. I wasn't there; I was there in spirit, and that's how you gonna get me for a long time at these games. Because if y'all shoot at kids football games,
Yeah, for
at
sure.
PE games, you're
Yeah.
not gonna see me at no high school game. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
for sure.
like.
I mean, the LBJ game was definitely it was live streamed actually on Facebook. So That's how I caught it. I was basically in and out watching the game, but yeah, there was definitely a couple of scuffles caught on Instagram and Snapchat and whatsoever. So yeah, we just need to limit that. We're in a different type of time. We're still in the midst of COVID and monkeypox. So just eliminating all of that really eliminates issues just in general.
Right. And I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, both teams are respected, are great teams, and are predominantly African American and Latino teams. So I think
Sure.
both of those are to be respected. And when we come out there, at the end of the day, whoever walks, the boys being able to play on those teams and get college scholarships and further their careers is the end goal. And I think
Right.
that's what we all got to think about, is supporting them, and providing them with the resources they need to be great students, to continue to go out on the field and really help change their lives and, the people around them. So I just hope that, we keep that in mind and at the forefront when we're supporting the youth, period, at
Right.
football games, at graduations, all of those things. At the end of the day, we are role models. We are the alums and the alumni. And going back, we should only be paying homage and supporting these kids and pouring into the future.
Right. Exactly.
But also continuing in Austin and the local things that are happening. It's Black Business Week. Austin Justice Coalition is going into their second Black Business Week, where they're celebrating lots of different restaurants and different places you can patronize and support in
Right.
different ways. So please go out, check out Austin Justice Coalition. They have a list of all the businesses. And even if it's a different day and it's a restaurant you want to try, check them out, put them in rotation. I
For
think,
sure.
I hope that we don't just support Black businesses when it's cool, when it's trendy, and when everyone is saying it. Like, at least try and incorporate supporting, one Black business a week or something. I
Yeah.
know it's
Yeah.
it's a lot harder. It's not like it's Atlanta or Houston, where you probably can support 2, 3 businesses in different
Right.
facets in your life per day, but starting small and just being intentional and trying to support and pour into the community. There's so many ways that it can be done. So
Yeah, for sure. The great thing about it is, right, and it kind of to piggyback off what you said. Yeah, there's not a bunch of Black businesses throughout the city, but the great thing is that it's growing. It has
absolutely.
grown, and hopefully we get to a point to where we have Black food trucks and we have Black salons and more Black barbershops and places where we can go to let our hair down or grab something to eat. And so shout out to the people that are out there that have Black businesses in the city. We definitely want to make your restaurant or whatever business that you have, definitely want to give you the praise that you deserve during this week.
And speaking of that, a really cool concept has come up. The business Soulmate Collective also just launched, and they're located in the Arboretum. The full name is the Soulmate Collective Cultural Exchange, but it's a full-time indoor vendor marketplace for predominantly Black makers. And
That's
I just
awesome.
think that's so cool. It's basically like, in Austin, there is a lack of space for
Right.
Black businesses. That is
Right.
a large resource that we are lacking. And with the cost of living and residential and commercial real estate continuously rising, it's even harder to get one
Right.
sole Black business. So essentially, these are small Black businesses that are coming together to be inside of one space. And I think that's such a cool concept. It's a way where you can honestly go to a one-stop shop and support 3 or 4 small businesses or small vendors. So I think that's a cool, great concept. And I hope we can see things like this continue to pop up. So,
Yeah.
like I said, they're located in the Arboretum area. They're open Tuesday through Sunday. So it's Monday, but you can check, do your research today and
Right.
then
Right.
get ready and make your day of when you want to pop up between the rest of the week. But
Right.
yeah, y'all go out and support businesses. We love to hear what businesses y'all support, some of your favorite businesses. What are some of your favorite Black owned businesses to support, Tim?
I would say Eminem Hair Salon has been a staple for me, which is it's located off of 313 Rumberg Lane. It's been a staple for me for a long period of time. I've met a lot of people and developed a lot of relationships. Um, as a kid, you kind of jump around from barber to barber, or maybe a family member that would cut your hair or something like that. Even though I don't have much hair remaining, it is still part of my life and my well-being. So, sometimes I just go and hang out and talk to my barber. He has kids, and I've seen his kids grow up, and they feel like extended family. So that is definitely one of the black businesses that I've invested in.
Gotcha. Some of my favorite black businesses. I love Baby Greens. I am a Baby Greens fan for life. Where else can you get fast food salads and wraps? And they're good. Shout out to
Right,
Miss
right.
Sharon, the owner, because she's the first person who got me to eat avocado. And to this day, like
Are you
avocado
serious?
and guac me, please, on everything. Like I don't know. I hate that I discovered it so late in life. But
Oh
shout
man.
out to Baby Greens because they have the best salads around town. And then when I'm feeling, real soulful, when I want some home cooked food and I ain't cooking it, I
Right.
love With My Soul. Like it's a soul food restaurant on the north side off of 620, but it's so worth the drive. The
Didn't
customer
you make a
service.
stop by there last week?
You haven't stopped by yet?
I have not, but I feel like I seen your Instagram stories last week, and I definitely feel like you made a stop by there.
You need to mind your business, Tim, because when I said support a black business one time a week, With My Soul get my food, get my money at least 2 times a week. So,
The chicken show did look good, juicy.
man, and they got this one little meal where you get one wing, one pork chop, and one piece of fish, like one fish fillet and
Ooh,
2 sides. Dog, I can't.
man, hold up. I'm gonna have to
And the
go.
caramel cake there, the
Oh,
caramel cake, look.
oh yeah.
See, now I'm thinking about it. I forgot what we was talking about. But anyways, like we said, it's Black Business Week. Go out and support the culture and continuously support the culture. Try, one staple business a week and then a new black business every week, to just try some things. You never know. Anyways, like you said, Tim, let's take it back to college football. It was game zero, week zero. But how are these games looking for this week? What are you calling it? What you saying it's looking like?
Okay, so I'm gonna stick within Texas, the state of Texas. Baylor kicks off their season September 3rd,
Woo
6 o'clock. They play Albany, the Albany Great Danes. I would say that's Albany, New York.
I
Um,
would say that's a W, but okay.
I would say that is a W, being that the Baylor Bears are ranked and are heavily favored to win the Big 12 this year. Um, my University of Texas Longhorns, however, will be playing on Saturday as well. They will be playing at home. So if you guys don't have anything to do, please keep in mind that Longhorn Boulevard is available and open to the public. It is free. You can get tons of drinks if you're into different types of foods. You can try different types of foods. If you want to take your kids down there, it's definitely something where you would want to take the kids. You don't have to stay all day. Like I said, it's free. The only thing you got to really fight is the traffic in the parking. So, other than that, I definitely think these are both games that both teams will definitely handle as they make their quest to the Big 12 championship. So that is what I will be. I'm probably going to be down there
Waco?
around the
Yeah,
area.
I figured because
Yeah,
that's where the real game is going to be.
yeah, most definitely. Texas will be taking on ULM, which is the University of Monroe, Louisiana.
Louisiana Monroe.
Louisiana Monroe. There we go. I get it confused, but hey, I definitely think both of those teams will go down in flames. Albany and ULM. So, no disrespect to anybody that may be alumni, but hey, it's Baylor in Texas.
Okay.
So it's here, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. Week 1.
Oh, dang. Okay, my notifications popping early in the morning. Anyways, thank you so much for that football game wrap up, Tim Wayne. Back to you, Keys. Anyways,
did you really just throw it to yourself?
I did. I low-key want to be a reporter. I have become fascinated with this Black reporter couple on Instagram. And I
Oh, with
love
that
how she
baby?
can change her. Yes, how she changes her voice. I
Oh,
gotta
man.
get it right. I shouldn't just practice it on air because then I'm really bad at it. I should practice it before so that I can really throw it to myself.
Oh, yeah, I can do it
Then
too.
I'm no
I
longer
can change it
need
up.
you, Tim. I'll
I
start
can,
talking in third person and I'm good.
I can change it up for sure.
But anyways, come on now. We had Game of Thrones. Before we get into VMAs and Aries Spears, Game of Thrones, I can't say much about it because I haven't watched it yet. Had a busy weekend. So, Tim, no spoilers. But was
Listen,
this episode better than the first?
of course, this episode
Perfect.
was way better than the first. Listen, episode 3. Listen, I cannot wait till Sunday. Oh man, without spoiling it, it's just a lot. It's Game of Thrones, man.
And it's talking about the black man this time, right?
See,
Okay, don't tell me a lie. Once I found out he was the richest man,
exactly.
I was like, okay, y'all made the black man the richest man. You already won me this season. Like,
he's the richest man. He has the most ships. He's in command of the Navy.
And his lock's so beautiful.
Oh man, yeah, and that's fake.
It don't matter though. Black people's skin go with anything because now I want a white wig.
You gonna dye your wig? You gonna dye your locks white?
I want the wig that he got. I know that lace front costs like $1,000.
That's about $10,000.
Okay, yeah, that lace is laid.
Yeah.
But what's his name? What's his name on there? It starts with a V.
I cannot pronounce it. It's so hard to pronounce these names.
It don't matter. He rich. He basically
he's the rich man.
Musa.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's loosely based off of, honestly.
Gotcha.
But it's really, really good. You want to talk about storytelling? George R.R. Martin. I mean, the first episode was a little rough.
It wasn't. I mean, it had to set the tone. You basically took us back like 1,000 years. It was a lot to fit into that first episode. So I knew it wasn't going to be jam action packed because it had to really set the story. Right. But, I was waiting on someone to die because, they come out first episode, season 1, everybody died.
And 2 people died. So,
right. So I was expecting that, but with this second episode, I don't know. I knew it was going to beef it up a little bit more, but I'm just so excited to see black people in it in the beginning. They sprinkled us in the last seasons when we were servants and stuff. Of course, she became the right-hand woman, right. But still, right. It's cool to see us have prominence in the story. My only criticism, and not even a criticism, but it's just, I don't want him to let me down like I was let down with the last episode last time.
Okay, so I will say this. It gets a little rocky because, the first episode, I mean, it's been out 2 weeks, guys. The birth scene. That birth scene was real rough. Okay, I don't know about everybody else, but that was very rough for me. Because they depicted it as it would have happened in that time frame. So there's a lot of blood everywhere. But this second episode, it can make you cringe a little bit. Because if you know about the Targaryens and how they get down.
Man.
Yeah.
That's enough. All right. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on to this. You wanted to talk about it, Tim, so I'm going to let you talk about it because I don't even know how to segue into what Aries Spears got going on.
Listen, I don't like... I'm getting... Okay, so I will say it like this because it's kind of frustrating of getting the art... Separating the art from the artist is really, really tough. It's getting very hard to do that. Aries Spears, I know that he is known to be kind of
controversial.
Yeah, that's the word. Controversial. He is talented in what he does.
Right.
However, I think I think he was just really poor in how he went about this whole Lizzo
Right.
situation.
And basically, for context, because Tim being nice about it, there was
Yeah,
an interview that surfaced of someone behind the camera, he's not shown, asking Aries Spears, who's on the camera, he's the only person you see. And he asked about, it just kind of seems as if it cuts into, it's like a clip in the middle of a conversation.
right,
But
right,
he basically says, "Oh, what do you think about Lizzo's music? Like,
right,
she's great."
right.
And he basically doesn't even speak to her music, or says he can't even pay attention to her music, and proceeds, to
Belittle
criticize
her.
her,
Yeah,
and just in a real derogatory, vulgar way. He's really mean about it, and it's
yeah.
really uncalled for, because he's talking about her appearance and her weight and everything, but he was only questioned
About
about
her
her
music.
music. And
Jeez.
instead of leaving it there, he basically just criticized her and just talked about her in such a mean way that, like I said, was uncalled for and unnecessary. And then he was just kind of like, "Oh, I know I'm a big guy, but I'm swaggy," in his wrinkled blue shirt,
Right.
and
And his
hat
hat
to the
cocked.
side like it's 1993.
Oh man.
Like, I'm not even gonna talk about his appearance, because that would be low. But it wasn't about the way. What bothers me is, I'm like, how you a big man talking about a big woman? It's them really
Yeah,
the ones that have the
yeah,
most energy. Like, this
yeah.
black woman can't talk about being happy, loving herself, loving somebody else, being loved. Like, very rarely does she even have any negative lyrics or anything like that. It's
Right.
mainly positive. And you take a moment, instead of talking about her music, to talk about her weight, and basically
Yeah,
speak death upon her. Like, she's so
yeah,
big, she's morbidly obese. Like, her time is ticking, unlike everyone else's. It was just really, really rude. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, Tim. I didn't even let you finish, but
No, it's quite all right. I mean, you said exactly what I wanted to say. I didn't know how far I could go with it, but my thing is, you can't really and he responded to, like, yesterday. Excuse me, yesterday he responded and said, "Oh well, it was a joke, and y'all can't take jokes." And but I'm like, bro, you're in a bed and you don't have any clothes on and you got your fitted cap on. Like, why are we doing this? Just say, hey man, the joke was terrible. I should have talked about the music, then maybe made the joke. I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
the
Like,
joke
why do we
wasn't
have to?
necessary at all.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
think
I don't know. I
it
don't know.
it bothered me, and I think who it bothered a lot of black women, because it's like, black women can't even just be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we can't even mind our business without somebody speaking on our appearance, how we should walk, talk, act all the time, and policing us. And
Yeah,
it's
it
just
was
like,
bad.
nobody really comes to our defense other than each other. And
Right.
then it's like, they almost make it seem like it's a mob mentality, but it's like, dang, if ain't nobody else gonna have our back, what's wrong with us having each other back? But
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
it was
it
so
was bad.
uncalled for. And I just think that the way he kind of even joked about black women's response to it was very flippant. And it's just like, come on now, if you look like this, I know you got 3 4 big, big mamas in your life,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's okay. But it's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, this is somebody's child who has not done anything to you, who has not
Right.
ever mentioned your name, and you take an opportunity where you could big her up, or even deflect if you didn't want to talk about her,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, for sure.
and choose to highlight any other topic, any other music, but you choose to just tear a black woman down. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't necessary, I think, and I just wish, as a community, we could just be nicer. Like,
Yeah.
just, can we practice soft love with one another? Can
Yeah.
we do
Give each
that?
other
Like,
some
just
grace.
as a community.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, it was definitely a poor choice of words. It was just poor all the way around. Like,
And of course,
you ain't doing specials, dog. Like, you can't do that, bro.
Right. And of course, in Lizzo fashion, she went to the VMAs, threw a little shade, light shade. I love Lizzo. I mean, I'm a fan. Like, I'm not a huge fan. I think her music's good. I think what she stands for is good. But I did feel like, come on, baby, that comeback, you needed a real hood black girl to clap back. Like,
yeah.
You needed JT or Young Miami to clap back for you.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you had to keep it cute. And I get that. But
Young Miami in them series.
You needed the Cardi B clap back on that one because he needed that same energy. But of course, Lizzo performed whatever size, which takes so much work. Like, they be performing.
Choreographed and everything. Yeah, she was getting down.
And then she can play the flute. Like, that takes breath control. And you want to just talk about, like, this girl can't go out there and hold her own. Like, she's a bigger girl, but it ain't stopped her career. It ain't stopped that bag. It ain't stopped her touring. None of that.
Sold out shows everywhere. So, yeah, major shouts out to Lizzo for sure.
Okay, sold out dates.
World tours. Should be her name. Not regular U.S. tours. World tours.
Right?
Aries Spears, you're not overseas, bro. You're not doing world tours.
Okay, Aries Spears finna be at Cap City Comedy Club. Boy, come on.
I mean,
I like Cap City, but still,
that's a staple, though. That's a major club.
It is, but I'm just saying, that's not Madison Square Garden.
That's true.
But anyways, we ain't gonna sun him like that. And like I said,
let's not turn this.
I do like Cap City Comedy, and if y'all want to shoot me some tickets, feel free. Not for his show, I'm good, thank you. But for the rest of the shows.
Oh man.
But yes, we totally went over because we always plan around. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to Keys to the Streets. And today I still got tickets to give away, y'all. We still got Kehlani tickets, like I said. For the women or the men who trying to, win some women over and get a date or something, I got 2 more pairs of tickets. So if you can say something positive about a black woman, if you can DM me that or hit me in my messenger, hit me on my Twitter, Airless, HEIR_LESS. I think that's the same for IG too. I don't remember. It is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, hit me there and you can get these tickets because when they go low, what she say? I don't know. Because I'm like, when they go low, we go to hell. But no. That's why I couldn't think of the right way to say it.
No, we're
not going to do that. We're not doing that. We're going to operate and vibrate on a higher.
We just told people don't be having violence and conducting violence and stuff. Let's not do that. We want to
like I said, like we've even been positive about it, and I'm giving tickets out if they can say something nice because we gonna operate in the light. We ain't gonna worry about that. So, y'all have a good day. What you gonna say, Tim? Where can they find you?
You can find me at Tim Wayne, of course, on Instagram, Tim_Wayne. Yeah.
And thank you always for joining me, Tim, at crazy times to, show support and be my co-host on the show. You always come through.
Oh, yeah, that's not a problem.
Tim Clutch Wayne, that's your new name.
Hey, I am him, you know what I'm saying?
And on that note, Grand Rising. Sinners, ain't kings, whatever.
Happy 40th, KAZI.
Happy 40th, KAZI.